Super Chat.
Let's bring them to life in this world of creation. There's no strife. With a click and a whirl, let magic unfold. Every moment together, worth more than gold. As we share stories and visions collide in Tim's Sunday stream, there's nothing to hide. The joy of creation fills every heart here. With friends by our side, there's nothing to fear. Let's learn and create, oh what a delight. 3D printing dreams, shining so bright. With every layer we build, our spirits soar. In this vibrant community, there's always more. Here's to the makers and dreamers tonight. Inked with 3D Canada, reaching new heights. Join us on this journey, together we'll shine. In the world of creation, let's make it divine. Welcome to DeWitt, where dreams take flight. Tim's Sunday stream, a beacon of light. Gather round, friends, let's start the show. In this creative space, let your ideas flow. With laughter and learning, we find our way. Building dreams in 3D, come what may. Let's learn and create, oh what a delight. 3D printing dreams, shining so bright. With every layer we build, our spirits soar. In this vibrant community, there's always more. From sketches to models, watch them grow. With tools in hand, let your passion show. Together we'll craft with grace and flair. In this lively setting, we found our share. Let's learn and create, oh what a delight. 3D printing dreams, shining so bright. With every layer we build, our spirits soar. In this vibrant community, there's always more.
Hey, happy Sunday evening and welcome to DeWitt 3D Canada. I am Tim. Welcome everybody. I see we have a few people on stream already. Let's have a look and see who is here. And I know we have sound. I don't even have to double check anymore because I know this is all working. I trust my little bouncy bars over there. How'd you guys like the opening tunes? Pretty cool, huh? Anyways, we have Maker Mindset is here. Rick, Jerry, always here. Thank you very much, Jerry, for being on here. I appreciate that. You guys go check out Jerry's channel as well. If you haven't, shame on you. Perfect. 3D Medic Vince is here. Jose Ferreira. Hello, hello. Who else? Thunder Keys. Oh, Thunder Keys. I'm probably going to need you tonight. Cliff D. Sir McSquishy is here. Let's see who else. Guy the Jedi. Andrew Humphrey, the comedian of the class, is here. The Ranch Kid is here. Captain Kern. Who else do we have? Raj D is here. Oh, wow. Look at all these folks. Awesome. LO Sync is here and Tuxedo. Awesome. 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 Hey, everybody. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. Got our drink ready for tonight. Nice bright red cherry drink. Sugar-free, of course. There we go. So, good news, bad news. I'm not going to say good news, bad news. Let's be positive about this. Good news. we got the turtle up and running. We got the turtle plugged in. We got all of the clippers up and running, and we can log in and we can it actually sees the turtle. It recognizes it. Hey, Tin Talon is here. Hello, hello. I'll try and say hello to everybody as you pop in as I see the chat roll on. So cool. Let's see. So yeah, so I'm just about to boot into the turtle. Now we have an error, of course, which what else is new? We had a couple errors when we were loading the clipper configuration, but we resolved that. We've got the wire connected from we have that sensor that's in the print head. Okay, and in the Filamatrix build, we have the sensor that we had in here, so we had to wire it up. So we put it on an end stop switch. We got that taken care of. And of course, then we boot it up. We do have an error, a turtle error, actually, which I'm hoping I can figure out. And then I learned the tough way on Saturday on Jerry's stream yesterday that there is a procedure in the Clipper add-on here that they say to do. And I went down, did all this, and then keep going down. And then Moonraker. Under Moonraker configuration, it tells me that to enable the AFC plugin in Moonraker, you should add the following to your Moonraker config file. That turtle's in my head. Out of the way, turtle. No, that's okay. I added that. I added this configuration to my Moonraker config file. And I couldn't boot in. I couldn't boot into the, it wouldn't start. It kept giving me a Moonraker error. So thank goodness, and forgive me, I forget who it was on Jerry's stream. I thanked him profusely, but he basically told me about that, hey, I could go in through WinSPC, get into that Moonraker config file and remove what I did. I did that, saved it, rebooted, and it worked fine. So there's something in that Moonraker config file that doesn't like my setup. Don't get the Mogwai wet. No, I thought I had gremlins in the machine, but these guys were protecting the machine, okay? I won't get them wet because I don't want the gremlins back in this machine. I want this to be gremlin-free as we go. So turtle builds are slow. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So, yeah. So anyways, I think possibly some of the issues I need to deal with could be down in here. Mandatory configurations. I don't know if I've walked through this, but we can walk through this as we go. Let me show you what we do have popped up right now as I've booted up the printer. So we can log in no problem. And if I just change this window and move my mug out of the way like so, then we go back to this window. Oops, wrong one. This one. Now you'll be able to see. So we have over here, it recognized lane 1, tool 1, okay, ready for spool. Lane 2, ready for spool. Lane 3, ready for spool. Then lane 4, we got an error that said check filament prep, false, load, true. So I don't know what that means. I'm going to have to look that up. Fortunately, that's just an optional piece. Oh yeah, for the Moonraker config, yes. I figured I didn't have to do that. I think that has something to do with automatically updating the turtle config as it goes. But this is the error I'm seeing now. That's odd. I thought that Moonraker config was read-only. Maybe, is it Moonraker config? Let's see. It was mandatory. That was Moonraker configuration. No, Moonraker config is not read-only because if I go into the Moonraker config file here, it does have a save and restart. Now, the ones that are read-only will not have a save and restart. Plus, this is where I had put the beacon update manager, and the beacon update manager worked fine. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's where we're at this point right now, is that it's recognizing the turtle, it's recognizing the lanes are empty and ready for a spool, except for lane 4. So there's obviously an issue going on lane 4. So ThunderKey says that, here, let me just go back to this guy here, and let's see what ThunderKeys is saying, because he's the expert in the panel right now. That means there is filament detected at the BoxTurtle extruder, but there is nothing inside the trigger switch at the BoxTurtle extruder. So there's something in that extruder. Okay. Oh, so load prep equals false, load equals true. So it's sensing some filament inside there. Okay, that makes sense. I'll have to have a look at that. And then let's see what else, which usually means it's plugged into the wrong port or a bad crimp joint wire. Okay, we'll have a look at that. Perfect. Thank you, Thunder Keys, for that. Okay. So that's why I said Thunder Keys, get on my stream, because I'm going to need some help. So I guess what we'll do is we'll shut down. We'll take a look underneath. These guys, thank you for guarding this all week, you guys. But we're going to put you guys over in the, we'll get you to guide the A1 Mini here. Okay, how's that? And we'll shut this down and we'll have a look underneath the turtle and see if we can find anything going on there. Okay. Okay, so let's do that. Let's power this down properly. And I will mention one thing, and it's just me being overly sensitive, and I'm not bitching about it. It is what it is. But the loudest thing on this printer now, when it started up right now, the fan on the turtle is quite loud. I don't know if you can hear that. There we go. But that noise I'm hearing right now, that's just the fan on the turtle. If I were to come and just quickly stop the fan, all that noise goes away. So I could always switch that out for a quieter fan. You can unplug it. The fan is 100% optional and 100% my fault. It is? That's your fault, this noise? It's the loudest thing on the turtle. So, and so it's obviously not necessary then if it's optional. Okay, that's good to know, because it's not annoying, but it's like, okay, why is that so loud? So, did anybody just pop into TD Canada? Since YouTube doesn't want to show chat after a stream, be sure to show important comments or answers on screen for future viewers. Thank you, Jerry. I don't know. I think there's a setting when I create the video. I very rarely go into YouTube Studio. I set it all up through StreamYard, and I think there is a setting where I can say replay chat. And I have a feeling that setting may be off, and I'm going to have to check that for future streams. So it's like a 12K RPM fan. Okay, that's why Thunder Keys is so good at fixing the problem. He's causing them. Hey, okay. That's an important one to show from Sir McSquishy. There we go. That's true. 100% his fault, and it's optional. That's funny. That is funny. Yes, there is a setting. It doesn't work for you. Oh, okay, interesting. Why did you box that poor defenseless turtle? He did nothing. He did nothing wrong. He's loud. Okay, so let me shut this down while we're doing it. The building is done. The build is done. The hot end is done. The Filamatrix is done. The one thing I haven't done in the Filamatrix is I haven't lined this up. I think there's a whole calibration thing to do in the config file and this so that it actually hits it properly. So we'll have to see that. So there we go. Hey, Skull Army. And if I forget to say hi to you, if I miss you when you come in, like 3D Experiments, I don't think I said hi to you. Just forgive me. I will if I realize that your name is new here. I will. Oh, before I forget, I got to open up the draw for Polymaker and put the link at the top of the chat, and it should be in the description, but it's going to be closed right now. Let me open that draw. This is the 23rd of March, I believe. Yes, it is. Let me open the 23rd of March draw. Whew. I'm glad I reminded myself of that. Enable. It is open. And let me go and put the link in chat. And I think that's what I call publish. And I copy the link. There we go. And I did do the right one. Okay, so I'm going to paste the link in chat. And I'm going to pin it to the top of chat. I'm glad I remembered to do that, because you guys would be saying, where's the Polymaker giveaway? Where's the, you know, rightfully so. So here we go. I'm going to put this in chat. And boom. And we're going to pin this. There we go. Okay, so that message is now pinned to the top of chat. And it is also in the description. Go ahead and enter the draw to win yourself some Polymaker tonight. We do that draw in about an hour and a half or so. Okay, so everybody get in there. And did I say hi 3D and T Printing? I don't think I did. But hi. Nice to see you yesterday on stream. Okay, let's shut this down. Are you sure you want to shut down the system? Accept. course I want to shut down the system. Otherwise, I wouldn't have pushed the button to shut down the system. Okay. Okay. Where's the power switch? Come on. There we are. Okay, I'm going to run around. I don't need to run around. I can probably unhook the turtle from here. It's just the power. So there's the power line and the USB. There we go. So we unplug those, and we've got, let's just make sure we bring the buffer along with us, and we'll put this down here. And let's have a look at lane 4 and where the plugs go in and see if we have anything visibly undone. So to lay this down, I'm just going to pull these guys out for now, so I don't cermic squishy these things. See what I did there? Just so I don't cermic squishy them. And then I'm going to just lay these gently down, lay this gently down like so. Okay, and now we're going to change. So we have basically, nice thing about this, I would like to build a 350 Voron, put in a good word with Jason. I will, Jerry. I will for sure. I'll reach out to Jason. Guy the Jedi says, me too. I can only reach out so much, guys. Let me flip over. let me flip you guys over to the overhead. So we have lane 1. The way I remember this is lane 4 is closest to the board. So we have lane 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I'm going to grab the mouse here. Let's zoom you guys in one more zoom level here. There we go. And my picture's in the way, of course, but that's okay. If I move the Voron over a tad and move this over a tad, there we go. So we're going to take lane 4. So it's saying that there's something in the extruder, which there's not. So we're going to check the wiring on lane 4, which is easier said than done with how tight this wiring is in here. Oh, hang on a second here. Dismiss. Wrong way. Lane 4 is furthest from the board. Oh, is it? Oh, I thought this was lane. Oh, you're right. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, that's right, because the first one I built was lane 4, and it had the longest wires. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this be lane 4. Lane 4 ain't got no gas in it. Thank you for correcting me. See, that's why it's good to keep an eye on the chat. But that's why it's not good, because I got to figure out where all these wires go. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the wiring for the board and see which plug lane 4 goes in, and we'll start from there. What I may end up having to do is pop this side off to get at the wires that are down deep, because that's extremely tight in there to work on the wires. There may be, it'd be kind of cool to maybe, I don't know, make that more accessible somehow, but that's okay. That's tomorrow's problem. Let me go to the instruction manual for the board. Oops, if I could type, that would help. I don't have that bookmark, so I'm just going to quickly look at armorturtle.xyz. Yes, that is it. Okay, so here we'll just share this here where we're going. And we're going to go back here, and we're going to go to, I believe it's under, oh, look at, oh, they've got a new, I just see this. They got a new AT brush model. Okay, we're going to have to look at that after. And final. Is it in the final? No, it's not in the final. It's in the one before the final. So we're going to be here, and it's going to be in the general assembly. And let's see, here we go. I think it's going to be lane 4 is going to be the first one. So should be pretty close here, where it's going to give me the pinning for lane 4. Oops, I passed it. There we are. Okay. So we have the motor, we have the prep, and we have the load, and lane 4 stepper. So the stepper wires should be okay because they were pre-wired. So we're looking at load and prep would be the likely culprits. Now, of course, load and prep for lane 4 are going to be the farthest ones down in here. So I may just, man, I'm going to have to take the corner legs off too in order to take this panel off to get at those wires, unless I very carefully, see, and these are all pre-wired, so I don't know, unless there's a loose connection somewhere, unless there's a piece of dirt in the that I missed in the extruder? I guess one way I could do it is to run some filament through the extruder and see. I guess I haven't really run into these issues. This is why we tell you not to fully assemble the legs and stuff until you verify basic operation. Well, I know. Maybe you can take off the board from the extrusion. Yeah, actually. I could actually undo the board from the extrusion. That's true. But I want to check first the path. I want to check the filament path first. Now, I had a piece of filament here. What did I do with it? I think I threw it in my scrap box. There it is. So I'm going to force a piece of filament up lane 4. I'm going to force a piece of filament up lane 4. The load is likely the culprit. Load. Okay, which is it's on this side, and it is 1, 2, 3. Of course, it's the fourth one down. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are these two? That's that one. So the load is just above the buffer. So there's lane 4 load right there. Okay, so lane 4, load 4 looks fine. I mean, I'm looking at this. The wires look like they're in there just fine. There's not a problem on this plug that I can see. So let's plug that back in. Okay, there's that. Now if we go back to this end, okay, the load sensor switch, it is triggered like closed, so there's nothing in it, so it's trigger closed. Could be a faulty switch too, I suppose. This is why my Trident still needs a facelift on the wire management. You could test the switch with a multimeter. Yes. Oh, that's true, just by multimetering the load switch. Oh, good point. Let me do that. Let me pull lane 4 out again. Let me grab my meter. See, that's why I wanted you here, Thunder Keys. You have all the good ideas, except for that fan. So we will disconnect the fan. It is loud. Okay, let's put the meter onto continuity. Let's put the meter so it makes the beep. There we go. I know, Kenneth. It's easy for you to say. Okay, let's check that. Okay, let's get it on the plug there, and let's test this one. Okay, there's no continuity there. Now, if I kind of let me put something there to force that open. I've only got 2 hands here. So if I find something, let's just say like, oh, I don't know. Oh, this has got some weight to it. If I put this in here, force that switch to stay open, and then check the, or is that the right one? Hang on a second. Am I on the right switch? This one, nothing, switch is closed. Okay, am I on the right one? Now, the load, that's going to be the load. This load is the extruder. Okay, what's this switch here? Is that the prep? Is that going to be the prep switch? Load is in the extruder. How do I trigger the switch in the extruder? I guess by putting filament in it. Let's try that. We'll test both these switches. Lick it. Lick it. So to put filament in the extruder, I've got to come from this way. Well, this way. Okay. Okay, I think that's triggered the extruder switch now. Okay, so let's give it a test now. Run it from the back. Oh, run it from the back? This doesn't work? You're probably right, but I'm going to do it anyways. Of course you're right. You know what you're doing. Yeah, of course you're right. Because the switch is after the gears. Okay, let's run it from the back. Can I trick this to go into that one? What are the chances that I can make it? Oh, look at that. First try. There, I heard the switch now. Okay. Always listen to thunder keys when it comes to this stuff. Okay, now let's go ahead and test. And come on, see these test, and we're not getting anything. Okay, that could be the issue. We're not getting anything here. I am just going to I'm going to test one of the other ones to make sure that my meter's working for good, for instance. So let's try load 3. Let's unplug load 3. Okay, and I'm just going to try. So let's pull this filament out. Now I got to magically somehow get this filament to go to load 3. Which pins are in the connector? Let's just try load 3. Get in that one. Come on. It's like a, there it is, load 3. And I heard the switch trigger. So I'm just testing load 3. Now I don't know if this is gonna, okay. Okay, there, I load 3, filaments in, filaments out, filaments in, filaments out. So we should get a continuity beep with the filament out. Okay, so I'm going to plug load 3 back in because it's okay. Okay. And load 3 is in. So obviously we have an issue with load 4. To start with no filament, it should beep if there is no filament. Correct, yes. So now load 4, meter's still working, load 4. Nothing. So is the same pin locations between 3 and 4 on the connector? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes and yes. They are both on the wires are both on correct on the right-hand side of the pin, so that the left pin is open and the right two are connected, and they are going the same way on the board when we plug them into the board. So it could be an issue at this end. At this end is what I'm thinking. Then there is probably a broke wire or solder joint on the switch. Yeah, okay, so I guess we have to look at that. So we want this working. So I've got to take this off and look at the switch. Now, I don't want to have to unplug all my wires, but let's see if I can do this in a little space here. So we're going to pop this out here. Okay, we'll pop this out here like so. Okay, we'll undo this. We'll pop this off and see if we can find something going on in here. It didn't beep even with filament. No, it didn't. No. Turn this off. Let's grab a wrench or a key, whatever you want to call these things. I don't dare say Allen key, because I know people get insulted if I call it Allen key, especially the Allens. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Now, hang on. Let's check. Is that? I see a little bit, almost looks like a crunched wire. So we're going to check the wire there too. That wire looks kind of sus. Oh no, that's not. Maybe no. Is that cut? No, I don't. Almost looks like it's cut, but it's not. I am going to undo this one zip tie just to give me a little bit more room. Crunchy wire is no good, no. Let's just do this carefully. Always be careful when you're cutting zip ties that are tightly wrapped around wires. I don't have to tell any of you guys that. There we go. But let me have a look. I just got to check this black. Oh, right here. Okay. I see the issue, and I don't know why. I don't know what caused it, but I do see the issue. Okay, so let's see if I can get this zoomed in, and hang on a minute here. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit so you guys can see it. I think I found the reason. Can anybody see what's going on here? Oh, I got the wrong camera selected. That's why. There we go. Okay, now if you look right, anybody see an issue right there on the wire? Anybody see that nice little almost crimpy bend on that wire right there where you can actually see the wires? I'll bet that's the problem right there. Okay. There we go. I'll bet that's the problem. So rather than take this apart, let's see. I'm going to undo one more zip tie. Don't know how that would have happened, but hey, it happens, right? Right? Happens to the best of you guys. I was going to say happens to the best of us, but I'm far from the best of us. Okay. There we go. We got enough room here now. I'm going to have to fix this. Oh yeah, that wire is broken right through. The one wire is broken right through here for sure. We have the technology. So yeah, you can see that. You can see the bend and break in the wire right there, and the one is broken right through. So I am going to have to, is there enough? There is enough wire there for me to splice that. I just won't be able to clamp it down. So something cut that. So like I can break, that just broke by hand without hardly any effort. It's been said before, 3M double-sided tape is the duct tape of the 3D printer world. Yes. Cut it and butt solder the ends and heat shrink. Yeah, that's what I got to do, Tuxedo, for sure. Butt plug crimp. Okay, let's fix this. Let's fix this issue. There's not a lot to work with here, so we're going to have to just be very careful with it. But I've worked with less. The nice thing is I don't have to worry about polarity. So if I happen to mix up the polarity during the fix, no big deal. We're going to try and do as little as possible, but just we need enough to make a good connection. That's what she said. I'm getting better at soldering. I used to suck at soldering. I'm getting a little better. It's like anything, the more you do something, the easier it becomes. Oh, that was a little bit much, but that's okay. I want to make sure I get a good connection here. So I want to strip a little bit more off this. There we go. And then we'll strip a bit off this end. Is there any room to pull this through a little bit? Yeah, oh, there we go. Okay, where's the plug? I want to lose the plug in here. Number 4 is still plugged in. Good. I have a little bit of, there we go. That's about as much room as I've got. So let's just separate these two. It's easy enough to do with the thumbs. Yeah, I have 2 good quality irons right now. There's 1 and 2. A little bit more here. And try and use the right size stripper because you don't want to pull any wires out because they're so thin as they are. Okay, let me go grab my soldering iron and my solder. We're going to use the Fantic cordless soldering iron right there. Okay, let me wet my sponge. Ouch, tip of that iron sharp. Oh, everybody just wants me to see me do the the heat test now. A little too much water in there. So let me just dump a bit of that out. There we go. Okay. So get this heated up. Okay. Grab some solder. We'll tin the tips of these wires. I don't have a lot of room to work with here, so chances of burns are good. And no, I won't forget the heat shrink. Use a lighter to strip the small wires. Really? Huh. Okay, we are warm. Whew. Gotta love those solder fumes. Okay, oops, a little too much on this guy. Get off of there. There we go. Is there enough on here for you? I should have put some flux on these. But that's okay. We got those ones. Not the best solderer in the world, but hey. Okay, let's grab some heat shrink. Where'd I put it? Right here. Flux attracts solder, it does. I think we're going to be good with these little tiny black. Actually, I think I'll use the red one. And sharing is caring, so we'll share half a piece of this red one for both. Put it down on there. And where'd the other piece go? Right here. Put it down on there. Okay, now I'm going to attempt, there's too much solder in that one piece. Let's get rid of some of this. There we go. Okay. This is where I'm going to see if I can just twist these, because there's really, do I have anything I can use to clamp these together? I wonder actually, hold on. If I take one of my little things here, no, oh, there, I can hang it onto this. I can do that. And I can probably hold this with my hand. We're gonna try something. You guys are gonna all cringe and laugh and whatever, but hey, what the heck? Let's just see. That worked. Okay, that worked for the one. And now we'll get the other piece. And that's a good strong joint. Tim does things not because they're easy, but they are hard. Exactly, 3D experiments. Let's do things the hard way. It builds character, right? Okay. And there we go. We have two good joints. Okay. That's a good joint. That's a good joint. Now we're going to do a test before we plug things up. Where's my meter? Where'd I put my meter? Right here. Now we'll test them. No filament in the extruder. We'll unplug number 4. And we'll test it. It should give me a beep. Come on. Okay, let's get some filament in there. Move over to number 4 now. No, number 4. Little bend. These normally go the other way, so there we go. Number 4. Oh, I didn't put. Oh, hang on. No, what am I doing? I can just put it right in. I can just put it right in here. Okay. Now, where's my other probe? Okay, filament in. Okay, come on. Probe's not connecting. I've been probed before. I mean, I've probed before, so. Out, in, out, in, out, in. There we go. Okay, it's working. That was the problem. Okay, now we can solder or heat shrink these together. Like there, and like there. Let me grab my heat shrink gun. Once more with feeling. Thanks, Jerry. She is screaming now. Yes. There was a day before I got into this hobby that I wouldn't even attempt to track something like this. Now, I wouldn't attempt to build something like this, period. But it's amazing when you just keep at something and you have a great community to support you, what you can accomplish. And that's about good right there. Good. Okay. Let's put it back together and see what's going on. Okay. Okie dokie. Get out of there, filamente. And we can reattach this. I'm a braver man than you. Oh, I don't know. I do stuff and figure, what have I got to lose? I can always fix it. Okay. I have to admit, your P1S has made you super duper lazy. Yeah. Don't they, though? Okay. Okay. I didn't have to mess my wiring up too much. I'll just put one clip back in here. One zip tie in there and we're good. Let's see if I should have put this back in first, but I think I can squeeze that in there, no problem. We'll get this one back in here, no problem, like so. And I think we're cooking with gas. Let me grab a zip tie. I kind of put them away thinking I wasn't going to need them anymore. See what random color I happen to pull out. I happen to pull out a yellow. And I'm just going to run this through here. Oh, it's right here. Right here. And we'll just tie this back together. There we go. And there we go. And throw my, always put your tools back and put your things away so you know where they are. Okay. Okie doke. And the soldering iron will get out of the way. Okay, and we're going to do one last test before we plug that back in, just because everything is sort of put back in place here. So we're going to do one more test. Just because I should get a signal. Good. Now I feel confident plugging that back in. There we go. Still stayed nice and neat and tidy. Okay, now we'll throw this back on, power her back up. Ouch. Always try and put your probe tip covers back on, because those probes, if they hit your hand, they're quite sharp. Okay. Okie doke. So let's go ahead and this one's not going to reach. I got to make my wires are a little bit short here. Here, let me just switch back to moi. Well, that deserves a drink. That's what you. Yeah, it's too late lost. Yeah. What? It's sharp when it sticks your hand. Okay, we will put this back up. Let's get that in the back. Let's plug a couple wires in here. USB. I need to get a longer USB cable, but that's a problem for later. Okay. Okay, and then we'll get the power plugged in. Come on. There it is. And we'll gently put that down. There we go. I'm not going to worry about the little wires at this moment yet. And we'll power her back up. Watch this, hold my beer. Okay, let's go to the main sale screen. We'll switch you to this while we're doing the power up. And we'll see if we get a full accompaniment of turtle OKs, of OK turtle slots ready to load. I kind of was hoping there was a little kind of diagram of what was in each slot like there is on the AMSs or the bamboo ones, but maybe not. Okay, once this is booted up, we're going to hit try again. We should get a nice startup screen. There we go. And that's the old error. Okay, tool 1, lane 2, lane 3. Come on. Ready. That's good, right? That's good. Lane 4 empty, ready for spool. That means we're ready to load filament? Does that mean we're ready to load filament? Tell me it is. Sorry. Was I a little excited there? Hey, while we take a little bit of a happy turtle. That means it's a happy turtle. But how, so now when I load filament, I guess I should just shut up. There's a few more things I haven't done yet though. So let's take a break, celebrate this moment, know that we've got a happy turtle. I have, oh, the lights aren't lit up. The lights were all lit up before. Oh, maybe it lights up as they're checking, and because there was an error, they stayed red. And now they're off. I bet when I load filament, the light stays on. There's an initial startup guide. Do the turtle dance. Okay, ready? That's the turtle pulling his head in and pulling his arms in his shell. Okay. They should all be red. What now? They're not red. Did I unplug my lights while I was under there? No. They're not red, but it says ready. They were all red before I had that error. Somebody make a GIF. Okay, well, let's look at the initial startup guide. Here's what I've been looking at for this setup so far. Now, this says mandatory configuration changes all. Update the following. Okay, let's see what we got to do here. Let's get serious here, folks. Make sure the buck switch is towards the Molex connector. Let's just check and see. I need to get my flashlight. It's dark under there. I'm just gonna switch this back over. Molex connector. Ah, there we go. There we go. Okay. I must have switched. It must have moved. So I should reboot this. Because it didn't have enough power on the proper startup. So let's do this. Let's restart this. Let's just restart it. I must have hit that. And I forgot to unplug the fan wire, so it's loud again. But I should have noticed, man, that's awful quiet. And why is it all of a sudden quiet? Yeah, I must have hit that when I was doing something. Or reboot is fine too. Okay, well, here we go. So let's go ahead, do this. We should get our happy turtle again. Let's see what happens here. And then also all these lights up top, although it's hard to see on the camera because there's such bright lights above it. Okay, turtle's going shimmy, shimmy, shoo, shimmy, shimmy, shoo, shimmy, shimmy, shoo, all red lights. Let's hit try again on here. And there we go. And we have a happy turtle. And I will go up here and show you that we have, yeah, you can kind of see them, all red lights. All red lights. Okay, that's better. There we go. Aiming for the tortoise, but missed by a hair. Oh, good one. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at what we got to do up here and read through this and see. This is the patience part. Okay. So looking here, update the following values in printer data config AFC hardware board config file. Default name with AFC light would be FC hardware config. Okay, tool STN. This value is a length of your tool head sensor to nozzle. Lengths of your tool head sensor to the nozzle. If tool end is defined, then distance is from this sensor. From the tool head sensor to the nozzle. That should be a fixed distance with the Filamatrix, though, I would think. Yes. I'm listening. Okay, so what are we saying, Thunder Keys? Did I miss something? Hey, Stephen Poole, I didn't see you come in, but I'm just looking back to see if I missed something. Make sure you bucks, yeah. So we got that right. Okay. I'm paying attention. BoxTurtle GitHub. Okay, BoxTurtle GitHub. Well, that's where I was. Oh, you know what? This is right. BoxTurtle GitHub. Right here. So this is the BoxTurtle GitHub. Print checklist. Is this what I want? No. Okay. And final page of General Assembly Manual is linked from there. Oh, okay. Let's go back to the final page of the General Manual, Assembly Manual. Final. Go from here, from here, from here. Okay, and page 6. Previous. Not final. General Assembly. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. General Assembly. My bad. So we're going to go to page 42. There. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okie doke. Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. Calibrate, tune, extruding, printing, extruding. If you're installing this on a new printer, which we're not, or including Filamatrix, ensure you have calibrated your printer extruder before introducing. If your extruder rotation distance is off by a large factor, this will cause issues with defining values such as tool station and other later on in configuration. Okay, I have not calibrated the Filamatrix since I put that on. So maybe we got to do that and just do the extruder rotation calibration. Okay, let's go over to Ellis's tuning guide. Actually, you know what? I want to go back. I just want to duplicate this tab so that I have this tab open. Okay. Okay, so let's go calibrate. Let's go at least calibrate the extruder rotation distance to make sure. Okay, that is going to be, that's going to be under the tuning extruder calibration. Okay. Okay, disconnect the tube. Let's go. We're going to do it hot. Okay, so let's go ahead and heat up the hot end. And we will just do it a standard calibration, the standard way. We should also update the software. It had a major update on Friday. Okay, let's do that first. It will let us bypass AFC easier. Okay, so update update the software. So where am I? Is the software updated in here? Is it in here somewhere? Or where do I do that? AFC Clipper add-on, this one. No, okay. Where do I go to get that, Thunder Keys? Or is that something I've got to SSH into? The update is done from the CLI. Update is done from the CLI. Where am I looking? SSH to the Pi. Oh, okay, fair enough. Let's do that. Okay. Let's get into the Pi. 10.0.0.222. I'll bring this over to the screen here. Let's do this. Let's make you a little bit bigger. You can. I hope you guys can read that. Raspberry now. Okay, I'm gonna CD AFC Clipper add-on. Can I copy that somehow? Let's see if I can copy that off the chat in here. There we go. Copy that. Then we'll minimize this again. We'll go back to this. Paste this in here. There we go. Choose update. Okay, let's see. And just say update. Do I just type in update here then? Make text larger. Okay, let me make the text a little bit larger for you. I figured out how to do this. There we go. Just CDA and tab. And tab. No. You're good already. I'm good already? Since you copied and pasted. Oh, I see. Okay. So where do I go from here? You want to join live? For sure. I can let me make that happen. Give me 1 second here. Where's my link? Bear with me 1 second. I think this is just the link I got to give you here. Copy. I'm going to put this in chat only for Thunder Keys. If anybody else tries to join, I will boot you out like a hot potato. Thank you so much, Thunder Keys. I do appreciate that. That link should work. And I'll keep an eye out here for you to coming in. I think that's how I get the link for it. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure. Quick, everybody join. Hey, I have control. I have control. You guys behave. I don't even know if that's if that was a proper link. I think it was. I just think it's just a link to this live stream. There he is.
Hello.
Well, hello.
You can watch my printer print.
Can I hear you? What's going on with my speaker here? Hang on. I might not be able to hear you. Yeah, now I should be able to hear you.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Appreciate you coming on.
Sure, no problem. I find it easier sometimes as opposed to waiting for the chat delay.
Yeah, the chat delay is frustrating sometimes on these live streams. So
I don't know if you watched me when I was setting up Jeremy's, but I had to the stream before I had like maybe they were saying I was going to bankrupt myself doing super chats to try and get his attention. So
too funny. Yeah. Well, I appreciate the help. I really do.
yeah. So you just need to rerun the install script to update the software. So like /install.sh. Install.sh. If you just do in tab, it will auto-complete. It might be instal, whatever. Do you have it? Do an ls. It's just
ls.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So /install-afc.sh. And I can probably also just put this in the chat in the studio too.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
So, all right. When did we install this? This was maybe installed a while ago. Do significant changes. Let's quit.
Quit this?
Q. Yeah, let's do a git space pull. GIT space pull. You might need to shrink your window to have the whole thing fit on the screen.
Oh, okay. There we go.
All right, so let's rerun, and because we haven't really done anything yet, this should be pretty straightforward.
Right.
We haven't configured anything.
Okay.
So do up arrow like twice. You should bring up the previous command. Yep.
This one here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you're going to do I.
Okay, I for the install.
Mm-hmm. And are you going to be doing the kicking and pooping, or are you just going to do a prime tower?
I think just a prime tower.
Okay, so then you're going to want to disable. So you're going to do disable 5. So do 5. And then you're going to disable 7.
The poop macro. Okay, yeah.
And you don't have a brush, right?
No, not yet.
So then disable 8.
8. Disable 8.
Okay. And then do A.
For my toolhead sensor pin, because I do have one.
Yep. And this will be, I think you said you had this hooked up to your Octopus, right?
This is hooked up to the Octopus, yes.
Yeah, so it's like PG whatever. PG 14 maybe?
Oh, it was, I believe it was, the pin you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, what pin did I hook that up to? Bear with me 1 second. Let's see if I still have the, no, I had closed my window for the pin out. It was, I can tell by going in here. And then it was, I believe in, where's the AFC? Oh, I gotta go. Where's my next page? Where's the AFC folder?
Shift reload, remember?
Oh yeah, okay.
Or Control F5. Actually, it's not there because we're in the middle of replacing it. So you have to go to backup.
Okay.
Go to the
Okay.
AFC.backup.
Yeah.
From
and
today.
It was the.
So the second one. Second one.
This one.
No, that's from last week.
Oh, the second one. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
But if it's in there, it's going to be in
this one.
Go up a level.
Up a level, yeah.
Yep, and then that one, and then you're going to do AFC hardware.
AFC hardware. Oh, okay.
No, it's right. It was right there. No.
Oh, was it not this one? Oh.
If you have it defined there, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I defined it.
Okay. So
the AFC config. I know where I defined it. I don't remember where.
So go up because go to AFC hardware.
Yeah, right here.
The bottom one. Bottom file on this list.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the wrong
PG10
stream. PG10, yes.
PG10. Okay.
I was looking at YouTube and I was like 10 seconds behind on the video.
Okay. So PG10, we're back into here. Okay. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay,
so just
PG10.
uppercase PG10.
Okay.
Okay. And then buffer type, turtleneck is fine. And then do I.
Do an I to install the system with the settings.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you can just accept the defaults for these. Since you got the regular turtleneck from LDO.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you helping out. And yes. I'm going to have to drag you out kicking and pooping, Brent Ferguson says. Why? What do you get if you join? Mark says you get booted out. We don't let too many people join these streams, but this is a special occasion. But I actually do want to start getting people joining my streams every once in a while. So, but it's very nice of Thunder Keys to get on here and help me out like this because this stuff is so lost on me. Okay, so we're just waiting for him to pop back. You want the alligator snapper turtleneck for you. The alligator snapper turtleneck. Okay. You've been told you're an excellent troll, 3D Experiment says. You are? Here, we'll go back. We'll go back to the main window while we're waiting. We'll get this going. I still have so many questions on how this actually works. Will I see a graphic of the filament loading? Will I obviously be able to go in and select the color and what type of material it is and so forth? I've still got to hook the buffer up. All the tiles. So while we're on this break, anybody who's here joining us new, if you haven't, pinned at the top of the chat way over here, there is a link to enter for Polymaker Draw, and it's also a link in the description to enter for the Polymaker Draw. So go ahead and do that and give yourself a chance to win some Polymaker Filament or Polymaker product. It is actually a gift card which lets you shop on their site. Hey, Damascus, Evergods, the guy. I'm just going to call you Dama. Hey, Dama. I can't say your whole name there. Everglades.
All right, I am back.
You are back. We are back. Okay, there we go. Here's where we left off.
So now you can quit.
Okay.
And now you should be able to type in your sudo password to. It'll probably restart Clipper.
There
Okay,
we go.
now you can go back to mainsail.
Okay, let's close this window. And we're going to
You're going to do a firmware restart. Yep.
Let's hope everything starts up clean.
We got to redefine your CAN UUID too.
Oh, okay. I'm running USB.
Okay, well that's fine. Then your serial path in that case.
Okay, so I got to go back and I got to find the serial path.
So go to your machine tab, and go to up a level. Actually, no, you're in this right. So go to AFC hardware and copy your serial path.
Oh, is my serial in here?
It might be in AFC.CFG actually.
Yeah, let's go back up.
Or no, sorry, AFC Turtle 1. AFC Turtle 1.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is here. Right here. Okay, we'll copy that. Where does it want me to put that?
It will be in the new AFC Turtle 1 directory. So
oh, I see. Okay. That's going to be this one. Okay. Here we are.
And so instead of the CAN bus UUID, you'll comment out that line and replace.
Put that in here.
Save and restart.
And we'll uncomment this one. And we'll comment this one out. There we go. Okay. That looks better. MCU Turtle 1 failed.
Yeah, it's just because it didn't have a chance to restart it, so just do firmware restart.
Oh, okay. There we go. And we're getting red lights all across the board here. There we go. Okay, cool. Aha.
Okay, so now if you scroll down on your mainsail instance,
down here
where you have your filament sensors and stuff, so scroll down under miscellaneous. So there should be a virtual bypass at the bottom there.
Virtual bypass,
that you can enable, and this will temporarily suspend all AFC functionality, so it will work as a normal printer.
Oh, well, I go ahead and calibrate
do the calibrate extruder. Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough. And this is where it shows me where all the lanes and what's loaded, etc.
Yes, correct.
Okay, very cool. Okay. Well, I will go ahead and do the calibration. I'm just going to do the rotation calibration on the extruder. Yeah. And
just to make sure, I had an issue once where someone's rotation distance was off after rebuilding because their backlash was off and it was causing issues with the load. Yeah. So it's best to just do this up front.
Okay, well, I will go ahead. I'm just going to follow the Ellis's guide wherever I put it here because I all these commands I forget because I don't do it often enough. So
nope, I do the same thing.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Okay, perfect. Well, I can probably let you go for now then.
Okay, I will.
We'll walk through this.
I'll just stay on mute, and then if you need me, I can pop back on.
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, we'll just leave you in the back room or in the room.
That's fine.
Here.
You can put me on the back. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'll put you in the back room. If I need you, we'll pop you back in. No, how do I do that? No, hang on a second. I just go like this. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So, to the rest of you folks out there, give Thunder Keys a big thank you because that was great. Okay, so we'll hydrate and we'll get this going. I'm going to need to heat up the hot end. I'm going to need to put some filament in too. So, because I got no filament loaded even on the main spool. So let me grab a load of filament. Do I have anything? It doesn't matter what I grab. We'll just do some red PLA here because red's easy to see. Matter of fact, I haven't run any filament through this hot end since I rebuilt it. So this is probably a good thing to test anyways before we start depending on the turtle. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's heat up the hot end, load some filament, and then we'll do the test. Okie doke. So yeah, you took notes from all that. See, when you build your own, you have the info. Super nice of, yeah, it is nice of Thunder Keys. It is. And all of this stuff is likely out there to find how to do it, but finding it can be half the battle. So right now we're just warming the hot end up. We're going to load some filament. I have not, as I say, run any filament through this extruder yet since we rebuilt it. So hopefully everything is going to go through here fine. Let's just see. Pop the camera on here. Well, we've got some seepage already, so let's switch over to this guy. We got seepage, so let's go ahead and extrude 50 millimeters of filament and see what happens. There we go, it is working, and there's the red that we put in. Okay, so we're going to grab our, let's go over to Ellis's, because I honestly don't remember how to set the rotations on this. It's been a whole long while for me since I've done this. So there we go. We got filament coming out. We'll go back to the display. Max extrude only distance, max extrude temp. We'll run restart. We're not going to calibrate cold, so we want to run max extrude only distance. We're going to do 100. Okay, max extrude only distance. Come up in here. Did I copy that? No, I didn't copy that. I don't want that in there. You got to hit Control C when you want to do something like this, right? Oh. Hang on a minute. What am I doing wrong here? Find the extruder section. Oh, in the config file. Oh, duh. Yeah, I want to max extrude to 100, actually. I want to do it to 100. Because I don't like doing that 50 twice.
Set it to 400.
400? Okay.
Because the install guide will tell you to do that later.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay. Extruder. Okay, where are we here? Max extrude. Okay, it's in here somewhere. Let's see where to go. Rotation distance.
It's not in the file by default. You probably have to add it.
Oh, it's not in there by default. Okay. Okay, so let's just set that then. Let's set this. Oh, we already had the copy. Okay, so we'll just throw it in below this. 400. Oh, I got to put the coal in here. There we go. Okay, so we'll put that in there. And then what else did he say to do? Min extrude temp. No, we're not doing cold. We're fine. The minimum extrude temperature should already be set in there. Minimum temp 270 or 10. That's fine. So we should be fine with that. Okay. Oh, I love the sound of the BoxTurtle when it starts up. Except for that fan. No. Okay. Let's check in chat here. There's a donation. Oh, thanks, Jerry. Appreciate that. Brent Ferguson says, Thunder Keys comes in randomly like the voice of God. Okay. Heat your hot end. Let's get the hot end back up to temperature 220. Oops, nah, it's a little hot. Okay. Yeah, my extruder motor is on and holding, so we know that. So we want to do Okay, I've got a little gauge here I use for this, so I'm going to go ahead and do that little gauge set first. So I am going to grab my little tool I made somewhere in here. Here we are. And my little marker, my black pen. Blue pen will be fine. And I'm going to pop off the tube. And we're going to mark it at 120. Right there. 120. Oh man, it's dark in there. I should turn my case light on, but I'm here now. Right above my finger there. There's my 120 mark. Right there. Yeah, okay. Okie doke. Now I want to extrude, which is M83. I believe it's M83 and then E and then the amount I want to extrude. I believe that's what I'm doing. Let's just double check that. We'll just copy this to be sure. No, this is what we want right here. G1, E1, F60 extrude at 1 millimeter. And what's the M83E relative code for? Let's see. Much easier on a 2.4 than a Trident, yeah.
It's to set the extruder to relative mode as opposed to absolute mode.
Oh, okay, which is what we want to do. Okay. Okay, and then I want to do this one, G1, E1 F60 extrude 1 millimeter, except we're going to change those numbers. I want to extrude E1 F60. That's different codes than I've used before. I want to extrude 100 millimeters.
It's further down. This was just the check to make sure your extruder works one.
Oh, it's further down. Oh, okay. And my extruder is working. I guess I should look further down. Sorry about it. Boom. Oh, here we go. Right here. There we go. Okay, copy. And we are moving. Slowly, but we are moving. Here, let me zoom this out. Give you guys a view here. We are extruding and we do have a mark. Well, you can kind of see the mark I put, which is right here. That's the 120 millimeter mark. There we go. There's a good view. And meanwhile, I'll read. Okay. Then I got to calculate the rotation distance. I got to do math. Oh my gosh. Right now it's 1 millimeter per second it's extruding. That's what he suggests in Ellis's guide is 1 millimeter per second. If I show you guys this thing here, he says right here, 100 millimeters at 1 millimeter per second. And ideally, in a real world, we want 20 millimeters left exactly. See, look, I can make spaghetti on my printer just as good as the next person. There we go. We're finished. Now we're going to measure. And we have, from the base of that coupler, we are at 18 millimeters. So we extruded 2 millimeters too much. I'm going to call that 19. So 19 millimeters. So we extruded 2. So let's see what he says to do here. So measure how much is left. Subtract from 120. So we have 19 from 120 is 1. There is 11. Oh, man. Crazy. Okay, so example, I had 11 millimeters left. So 120 minus, no, I had 21, I had 19 left. So 120 minus 19 would give me, man, my math sucks here. That gives me 101. Okay, 101. Thanks, Steve. Everybody's doing this 101. Okay. Calculate your new rotation distance. Your new rotation distance. E steps and activate it. Okay, so I'm doing 19 divided by 20. That's right, right? Because I had 19 left. So let's just see. New rotation equals previous rotation distance times actual distance divided by 100. Okay, hang on 1 second. Find the extruder section in your printer config and let's see what that was. What was my previous rotation distance? So in my printer config, extruder section. You guys, oh yeah, I am sharing this, good. Okay, my rotation distance was up here. Where are we here? Gear ratio, full steps, diameter. Oh man, rotation distance 22. So let me write these down. So we have 22.6789. Holy crap, that's a long number. I think I can get away with 22.68. So 22.68. 101 divided by 100. Is it that simple? Well, he's saying I'm going to follow Ellis's instructions here. Go away, McDonald's app. So let's clear my calculator. Okay, so previous rotation distance times actual rotation distance divided by 100. So actual rotation distance is 101. Yeah, you were right there, Tuxedo. Don't round. Okay, 101 divided by 100 is 1.01. So I want my previous rotation distance times 1.01. So that's 22. So you say not to round it off. Okay. So if I clear this, it's going to be 22.6789, 22.6789,511 times 1.01 equals 22.9057406 is my new distance. Can it be a short round, Tuxedo? Use a calculator. I used the phone. See, calculator's open. And there's what I got. 22.9057406 officially.
As long as it's relatively close, it should be fine.
Yeah. 22.9057406. There we go. Save and restart. So we are calibrated. Do you guys want me to go ahead and do another run through just to make sure? Yeah, why not, right? Why not? Since we're taking the time anyways. Oh, we're almost close to doing a Polymaker draw. Look at that. Okay, let's get the extruder up to 220 again before it cools down too much. Okay. Let's go ahead and measure. Where did I put my tool? There it is. So we'll grab my tool. I'm going to grab actually the yellow one. I don't know why I did one of those in black, because the yellow one is so much easier to see. So we'll put this yellow measuring gauge I have on here. And 120 is right there. Okay. I'm going to do that one more time. Okay. And that, I believe, is, that was this one here. And let's do that again. There it goes. Your 101 was accurate to 1%, so rounding would have been fine. We want to make this perfect, don't we? 1/100th less. 1/100th less, yes. It's always a tragedy when a man loses his tool. Oh man, you guys keep me going. We'll get this calibrated, then we'll do the Polymaker giveaway, and then we'll go on from there. So this is going to be your last chance to enter the Polymaker giveaway while we're doing this. So let's just up in chat. It's pinned at the top of chat, and it's also in the description. If you haven't entered the Polymaker giveaway, go ahead and enter it right now, because once we finish this calibration and make sure that we're good, we're going to stop, we're going to close the draw, and then we're going to do the draw. So this is your warning. This is your 2-minute warning, as they say in football, I think, something like that. We're making more spaghetti. Can you enter? Can I? You still can't get in, Andy? I'll tell you what I'll do, Andy. You're in chat, and I don't know why you can't get in. The only reason you would not be allowed to enter twice is if you're using an old form, but if you can't get in, I understand. I will manually enter your name. I will manually enter your name till we figure out that issue. Okay, we're going to manually enter you, Andy. I know you've missed out the last few weeks, and I apologize for that. And it looks like we are done. Okay, let's measure. Oops, that's the wrong tool. This works out nice because the 20 millimeter, the 0 starts right there on the nose, and this is, no, something didn't work, or I'm measuring wrong, because now we are at, we have 18 left. It's like we went the opposite way. Okay, let's do that calculation one more time. We have 18 left. So that means we have 102. So we want 102 divided by 100. Let's get my calculator out. We just did, I don't know, something happened here. Clear 102. 1.02. Okay, so our current number now, let's get back over to here. I want to get this as accurate as we can for now. So we are at 1.02, so we're looking 22,905, 22,906. Let's 22,905, 22.905 times 1.2. That's not right. 22.905 times 1.02. I had 1.2. 23,3631. But 23. $3,631. Now, if I'm not mistaken, rotation distance, would increasing the distance not extrude more material? Oh, let's go ahead and see what happens. One more time. I measured from the top of the connector, yes, but keep in mind that the ruler that I'm using, there's a slight gap between the bottom of the ruler and the 0 mark, and that slight gap actually comes right to the bottom of the coupler. So the 0 mark is right flat with the bottom of the coupler right there. So yeah, it was off by that little bit more there, but this should be good now. I mean, sometimes it does take a couple tries to do this. Yeah, I did take into account for sure. So yes, I knew somebody would point that out. And I was right there ready to answer it. Okay, let's do this once more. And then we'll move on. Well, this is going. There we go. Well, this is going. I'm going to go get all the names for the draw now. Yeah, as long as I measured the same way, of course. Yeah. Yeah, the coupler moves down a bit when I press on it. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I tried to allow for that too. Let's see, just a little bit. Yeah, we'll see what this happens. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get the names for the draw while this is going. So you guys watch that while I get the draw, while I get the names for the draw. And we have, how many entries? We have 59 entries. Awesome, 59 entries. That's great, guys. Okay, let's go to the inbox. I'm going to download the spreadsheet. I'm giving you a play-by-play while you're watching this thing. There we go. And there's my download. I'm opening the PC. I'm going to my downloads. I'm double-clicking on the giveaway form, or on the spreadsheet. Spreadsheet's opening. I am highlighting all the YouTube names. Highlight, and copy. I can close that. I am now going into the wheel of names, but first I'm going to go into the giveaway, and I am actually going to officially close the giveaway form just so nobody tries to enter. Not that you would, but there. The form is closed. We have our Polymaker wheel. I might be okay at doing play-by-play on golf, but definitely not this. And that looks like it's finished. Yes, it is. We'll get a final measurement here. And now, well, I don't know if you can see well in the camera, but we are at 20. That worked. That second adjustment worked. We are bang on 20. Or on 20 millimeters. So we're good. So that measurement did work. Yay. Okay, so we got the calibration done, and it only took just a little bit of spaghetti to do it. Where can I find the yellow gauge? I made this for myself. So I actually, I'll find the model and I'll put it on printables or something, or on Maker World. I made this myself, and I did double check it for accuracy with the measurements. Here, I'll just show you guys here. I made this quite a while ago, actually. I just made that file. Made sure it worked, and I've got the 100 and the 120 marks notched out there, so we know. So there we go, my own design. Yeah, it is handy to have. It's handy for the calculating E-steps or rotation distances or anything like that. So, okay, let's do the draw. I'm going to switch display. We have the Polymaker wheel. We're going to populate the names. There we go. And I'm going to add a name because he is unable to get into the form for some reason. We're going to try and figure that out. But for the last 3 weeks, Andy Visley's not been able to get in. So we're going to put Andy Visley in here as an additional name on the wheel. So Andy, your name is on the wheel now. And we'll try and figure out why that's happening to you. And each week as we do this, if your name doesn't appear on the wheel and you are in chat, I will enter you manually like this, and we'll try and figure out what's going on and why you can't enter that form. That's okay. I don't mind doing that. I know you're here every week, and I know it's a legitimate issue, so not a big deal at all. Okay. Give me a number, guys, in chat. Give me a number between, oh, how come that's being cut off? What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Give me a number between 1 and 9. Oh, well, Skull Army said it first. Don't give me any numbers. Skull Army, I'm going to go with you. You said 9 spins. So we're going to go with Skull Army. You guys keep typing random numbers anyways if it makes you happy. But we're going to go with Skull Army's 9 just to begin with, okay? So here we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And good luck, everybody. Here we go. Here we go. The winner today is, dun, 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 dun. Oh, and it's close. It went by Mr. Logan, it looks like. Mr. Logan. And the lion roars and says, Mr. Logan, are you in chat? Are you in chat, Mr. Logan? You have not won within the last 6 weeks. I know your name is new. And yes, guys, Jerry, just put his link to his channel. Check it out. Jerry has a great stream. Every Saturday, Maker Hangout. Mr. Logan? He is. Mr. Logan is in chat. Congratulations, Mr. Logan. Whoops. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Congratulations, Mr. Logan. We will get a hold of you. I have your email from the entry. We're going to get a hold of you tomorrow, and I'm going to claim your prize. I take a picture of your name here, so I have it in proof, and I have it written down in the book. Awesome. Congratulations. Mark, yeah, that's not the first time it's missed you. It's so close. So close. So close and yet so far. Here I'm singing, and Thunder Keys is in the background going, shut up. Congratulations, Mr. Logan. So let's go ahead and move on. Congrats and print something cool. Absolutely, print something cool. You're welcome. You're quite welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, so now we've got this thing calibrated. Let's go back to the BoxTurtle initial startup guide and see what we got to do for here. We got another half hour or so on the stream. Let's see what we got to do now. Okay, so prerequisites: calibrate to an existing print extruder, which we've done. Okay, we can continue. We can do the other calibrations and so forth later on. Ensure minimum system requirements. The AFC clipper add-on requires a minimum clipper. Okay, I think we've got all that taken care of. If you are in Clipper Calico 12 but running Python version returns extension 2x, you can recreate it. I guess I should check that and see. Okay, so it wants me to make sure our system requirements. So I'm going to run that command. Let's get back into our putty. I said to get back into our putty buddy. And that was 10.0.0.222. Let's run through all the official steps here so we can have success. Raspberry, here we go. So I'll bring this over here. And so we're going to run that command that it just said. What did I just put in there? I don't know what I put in there, but anyways, let's copy this. I don't know what I just put in there. Whole bunch of names. Oh, that was the, I just put in the, I just copied all the people for the wheel of names. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so obviously, okay, copy. Let's see what's going on here. There we go. 3.9.2. So it didn't return 2.7, so we don't have to worry about recreating it. After recreating it, may you reinstall custom add-ons? No, we're okay. Ensure you have a clean functioning clipper installed with these minimum requirements met before proceeding to the next step. Flashing the AFC light board, we've done that. We've flashed the board. Make note of any toolhead sensor pins, we've taken care of that. Install the AF clipper add-on, we've done that. First, and I think we've done this, hang on. After installations, please ensure you update the following settings. We've done the serial for USB. AFC hardware config. In AFC hardware config, pin tool start and or pin tool end. Okay, let's check the AFC hardware config. AFC. Oh, I think this is where I have to go shift refresh to get those other folders. AFC. There we are, AFC hardware config. We have our pin tool start PG10 and or pin tool end. So we don't have an end pin in the tool head, so we don't. We just have to have that one, that's fine. In your printer's config extruder section, we've changed the max extrude distance. We did that earlier thanks to Thunder Tools. Thunder Keys, sorry, Thunder Keys. It's late.
Whichever, it's fine.
Thunder Tools, Thunder Keys. There's the voice of God again, guys. Okay, for best results, reboot your printer after installing the add-on, including your printer config. We've done that. This will ensure all modules enabled. First, self-test. AFC will run a self-test automatically on startup, but will run through the respoolers on each lane from left to right and will update the light box LED indicating status for each lane. Red, no filament loaded detected. Green, okay, so then green means filament's loaded. Blue means filament loaded to the tool head. White means filament is in the process of being loaded. Okay. I'm just reading some chat now. Oh, pull down the comment. No problem, Jerry. I got to do that. There we go. Okay. And I think I'm caught up with the chat. Okay. After the self-test completes, you hopefully will see a picture of a happy turtle in the console log, which we did. For those of you that are just joining us, if we go to the console log, I don't need to restart that, but the console log, there's our happy turtle right there. He doesn't have a smiley face, but he is happy because he says ready, turtle 1. Okay. If you get a picture of an error turtle, which we had, you have a misconfigured AFC setting, broken pin, or some other issues, and we had an issue with a, we had an issue with a broken wire that we fixed that. You can display the status of the sensors in mainsail fluid as a regular filament switch by setting enable sensors GUI true, either globally in AFC config or in the individual component section, extruders in AFC Turtle 1 config. If you're unable to resolve the error after finishing troubleshooting guide, okay, so we don't have to worry about that because we have fixed the error. There are no more errors, okay? Run the test command against each lane one at a time to verify proper respooler operation. Okay, so we'll run test lane 1, test lane 2, test lane 3, and test lane 4. These are just further tests, but let's do it just because. Copy. Okay, and paste. Oops. And we go enter. Testing full speed, 50% speed, 30% speed, 10% speed. Test routine complete, which obviously means it worked. So we'll go ahead and put that up and go lane 2. Oh, that one motor is a little bit loud, but it worked. Okay. Testing lane 3. That's about the same loudness for the motor. Okay, and we'll test lane 4. Okay, upright turtle is a happy turtle. So true, Tuxedo. Okay, those 4 lanes passed their tests. Let's go look next. Okay, verify that each respooler works properly before proceeding. And it looks like they did work. Actuating the trigger switch should begin pushing that lane's extruder motor to load filament. Verify that the switch being actuated is activating the same lane's extruder motor. Once all 4 lanes have confirmed to be activating the correct extruder when the trigger switch is actuated, move on to the next step. So let's grab, okay, let's see. Let me bring my other camera up here higher to show, so we can basically switch to do that. Will this camera go up high enough? It may not. So what I'll do is I'll hold this in my hand and we will, so I believe what they're saying to do, because this is high up, I'm going to grab my stool because I'm just a short guy. Oops. Hang on a sec. Ugh. Let me get up above this. Okay, and I believe what they're saying to do is activate. I believe what they're telling me to do.
There is a timeout between doing the activation, so if you push the switch multiple times, it won't work. You got to like give it a second or two to clear.
Oh, okay. So I want to push this switch. Make sure it's this one that's activating, which it is. And this one is not activating.
So let it go. And just wait like 2 or 3 seconds and try it down.
Oh, there we go. Okay. And this one. There we go. And we'll try lane 1 again. Lane 1,
4.
4. Lane 4. I got to label these. And they are all working. There we go. Okay. Whoa. Switch that back before I make you guys all dizzy. Okay, pass that test. Okay. Let's go on to the next step. Extruders. Insert filament into the feeder tube. It helps to cut it at an angle and press through until the extruder motor gears catch the filament and load it further. If you can press the filament through, but it feels like the extruder motor is pushing back on the filament instead of pulling it, try reversing the direction pin setting for that extruder in Turtle 1 CFG. And I believe that's just by putting a, well, we'll worry about that in a minute. I know that there's a little mark you put after to reverse the direction pin, but let's just go ahead and test this. Okay, I want to get a taller up camera up here, so hang on. I want you guys to be able to see this as it's happening. Okay, and this one here. There we go. This will work. Okay. So let's just see if this is going to work for us here, guys. This one right here. Yeah, that's okay. There we go. That camera gives us a little bird's eye view of what's going on here. Hang on. Bear with me for a second here. There, I think that's pretty good. So I need a piece of filament, like so. And I'm not going to put the tubes in yet, but we'll throw a piece of filament in here. It is pulling it in. It's pulling it in. It did. And I got a green light on the front. That means it passed. Now, how the heck do I get it out?
BT lane eject.
Lane eject? Which that?
At the console, you can do BT_lane_eject, and it will eject the filament.
Okay, so you're saying in here, BT_lane
underscore eject space lane equals whatever lane you loaded, which you loaded lane 4.
Lane equals 4. Oh, wow. And it just ejected the... Okay, cool. See, learning all this stuff. Okay, now lane 4 is red light. Let's throw lane 3. And here it goes. Perfect. Lane 3 green light. And now we can do up arrow and eject lane 3. Oh, I'm loving this thing. Look at that. And red light on lane 3 right now means it's ready. We'll load lane 2. Lane 2 loading, no problem. Okay, let's eject lane 2. Perfect. Can we go 4 for 4? Lane 1. Lane 1. Uh-oh.
Remember, you have to wait. You have to give it a second.
Okay.
Otherwise, it can cause timer too close errors with Clipper.
Oh, there we go. And loading lane 1. Perfect. And let's eject lane 1. And just like that. Okay, cool. Okay, this is getting more and more exciting as we get closer to this thing going on, you know, guys. So, okay. That's that test passed. Okay, turtleneck buffer. I haven't got the buffer hooked up yet. Okay, AFC status at the console reports no errors. Move on to the next step. Okay, test the turtleneck buffer is configured correctly by extending the slide all the way out and then run query buffer turtle 1. This should return trailing. Collapse the slide all the way so it triggers a switch at the rear. And query buffer command, it should then, okay, so let's go ahead and copy this command.
You'll obviously have to connect the turtleneck buffer for this to work.
Yeah, it is connected.
Okay.
Just haven't mounted it yet.
Oh yeah, that's
now
fine.
We're not going to run this command yet. We'll place the command in there. Now we'll go over. Whoops. So I'll just show you guys where I'm at or what I'm doing. Actually, I can probably just bring the buffer out to the front of the turtle to show you this. Here we go. So we'll go to this one. So it wants me to extend this like so. Okay, now we'll run the command. Whoops, let's just leave you hanging there. And we're going to get a return. Turtleneck trailing expanded, which is what we wanted. Oh no, it says it should return trailing. Hang on.
So if it's, did you pull out the slide? Or did you push it in? If it's pulled out and it says expanded, that's fine. Since I wrote this. It is. Since I wrote this, they've changed it to be a little bit easier for people to understand.
Okay. So expand now. I push it in.
It should say
all
compressed.
The way. Okay. And it says advancing, and you guys can see right here. First one said expanded right there. This one says compressed.
Yes, so that's correct.
So that is so don't read the instructions when it says trailing and advancing.
Well, it does. It says it should return trailing when the slide is all the way out. It says trailing parentheses expanded.
Oh, does it? Oh, right here it just says trailing.
Yes, because they added the
oh, they added that. Okay.
Fair enough. It does say trailing, and it does say advancing. It's just that it clarifies it so that you can
right here. Oh, I see. Oh, I see right here is where it says it. Okay, right there. Ah, okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, setting up hot end specific values. Okay, some of the values with AFC are extremely dependent on your hot end. Suggested starting values for hot end types, more to be added later. Okay, let's see. Tool STN and Tool STN unload are in AFC hardware config. Variable retract length and variable pushback length are in AFC macro vars config. For Tool STN, if you have a pin tool end, defined, use the second value, otherwise use the first value. You may need to increase this value if we're using a RAM buffer as the toolhead sensor. So I'm running a Revo Voron is what I'm running.
So yeah, you're not using a RAM buffer because you have a toolhead sensor. So you would use 52 for tool STN.
52 for tool STN, okay.
And 62 for tool STN unload.
Unload, okay. So that is going to be in my hardware config. So let's go back over to here. Let's go into here. And that's under the hardware config and tool STN. So let's just double check. That was 52 and 62 for unload.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to be putting some stuff up on here that better explains the relationship here for people with other hot ends. And these values will change if you're not doing a toolhead cutter, because it's going to change the distances involved.
Yeah, and I do have a cutter. So
yeah.
Okay, so 52 and 62. And then so that let's see if there's any more changes before we do that. No, I think we're okay. Okay, so that one's okay. So let's do a save and restart on that. Okay. And then next, setting up macro variables. A note on the order of operations of macros during tool changes. AFC will perform macros if enabled on each tool change, T0, T1. We don't have different tools, but it's on each filament change. If a tool is loaded from another lane, okay, we don't have tool changer. So I don't really have to worry about that if I'm not doing tool changer. Okay, uncommon variables. AFC has many variables you can tweak for macros, including definition of a complete custom macros to replace the stock ones. Most users will never need to touch these as they will not be covered in this guide. Okay, below are the most common variables that will need adjusting for a stock BoxTurtle configuration with the Stealth Burner Filamatrix toolhead, which is what we have. For more details, please refer to the AFC Clipper add-on GitHub docs or the comments in the AFC CFG or the AFC macro vars config files. If you choose not to enable a macro during the installation, the command will still show in mainsail and have a configuration in AFC macro vars config, but it will not be called during the load unload sequences. Okay, how's everybody in chat doing? You're learning a lot once you get the SV08 fix. Absolutely, Jerry. This is great info. Buffer is what jammed up for us. Hardware directions were so clear. Software seems like it's all over the place. That seems to be the hardest part. Well, I don't know if it's all over the place, but it's a lot to go through. It's definitely a lot to go through.
It's also so printer dependent, right? You know, like not everyone is running a Voron 2.4 with a Revo hot end and a Stealth Burner. So we try to make it as generic as possible and try to explain the concepts. And a lot of people miss this initial startup guide. So, you know,
which would make things even that much more confusing.
I did just have the developers put a note before the AFC Clipper add-on page to send people here. Hopefully they'll see that if they miss it in the install guide. So
perfect. Okay, so cut. So we are cutting. We do have a cutter.
Feedback accepted. You know, we're trying to make things better, but some of this is very much kind of getting built as the plane is taking off.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The cut macro is enabled or disabled in the tool cut AFC config. This is prompted for during the installation script, but you can change it anytime and do a firmware restart. So we did prompt it during the installation script. I remember we did that. Adjust the following variables in the AFC macro vars config for the cut macro if enabled for your specific printer. Okay, so let's go find that. That is in the AFC macro vars config right there. Okay, so global variables used in multiple macros. Set this to match your AFC stepper, base numbering, base naming, and AFC config. Variable stepper name Variable stepper speed, I don't think we need to touch these. Variable acceleration 2000, variable verbose 1. Okay. G-code macro, AFC cut tip vares, toolhead tip cutting macro configuration variables. G-code, leave empty. This should be the position of the tool head where the cutter arm just lightly touches the depressor pin. Okay, so I have to figure this out here. So that that number, let me just go back and then let's switch over to here and let's switch over to this camera. So that number is basically, I believe what it is saying is, let's get the buffer out of the way here. At this rate, should be printing next week. Okay, for next stream. But I believe that what that is saying is the position of this tool head when the cutter arm is just touching this right here, just basically touching this is what they want to know, that position right there. So I have to manually, so this, I guess I can put this anywhere I want along here, wherever I want this happen to go to cut. So I don't think there's any specific place that has to be, as long as it knows in the firmware where
the main thing you want to take into consideration is just you'll have some amount of build volume loss because it needs to have space to do the kinematics to do the cut. So usually people will do it either at the very front or at the very rear.
That's what I was thinking. The very front is probably because, you know, if you're going to lose some space on this front corner of the printer.
Right.
Yeah. I think I'll move it to the front, and then I'm going to have to jog the head into position until I get that number. And then I believe there is a code I put in to tell exactly where my head is. Oh, we can work. Let's get this part done, at least. And then we can work on, we can finish this up because we're running a little bit late tonight, but that's okay. Where is my wrench? I'm going to go around here and I'm going to move the a trigger here. I'm going to move this guy most closer to the front. So let's move you right to the front. And I think we're going to be, yeah, that should be okay right there. Now I'm going to have to figure out the height of this once I get the head a little closer. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to get the camera in kind of like this. Okay, let's check chat out. You don't want the chain to catch that screw. No. And it shouldn't at this point, I hope.
If it does, there is an alternate model for the mount that is supposed to work better with cable chains.
Okay.
Someone did a pull request that I added a little bit ago.
Okay, let's home it first. Let's home it so we know exactly where it is. I know this is out. I'm going to push this back in. There we go. So we'll get this homed. I don't think it'll catch the chain based on the distance, but we'll see. Okay, so now let's move Z up just to get it sort of out of the way. We just need the XY position. Okay, so let's go ahead and move. Oh, wrong way. Okay, I'm going to turn my screen. I'm going to come on the other side where I can actually keep a closer eye on this. Okay, now, so let's move X in.
You can also move it with your clipper screen too.
Oh, that's true too. Okay, now we're going to move in by 10. Let's see if I can get you guys a little better view here. Hang on. Here, I'll show you guys what I'm seeing. Hopefully this is going to focus and I can hold this still enough for you right there. So what we're trying to do, for those of you watching, is we're trying to get this pin or this bolt, whatever, just to rest right in that little indent on the nut on the cutter there. Okay, so I'm going to keep this camera still as I can. We're going to come in. I know I got to move my Y a little bit. Okay, and as I get in closer, I'm going to be able to tell the height of that pin now. Okay, I'm going to move my Y back just one. Okay, so now I'm going to check my height. My height is off. Okay, so if I put this down, oh, can you kind of see? Yeah, there you go. So my height is off. So I got to move my, oh, wrong one. Move Y out a bit, and I got to adjust the height of this guy. Of course, it's the wrong wrench. Okay. Keep an eye on chat here at the same time. Running around like a madman. Miss Lee Marie 3D, hello, hello. Matt German is here. Wow, hello, hello. Matt, you missed the giveaway. And I believe it's this one. And we got to adjust the height of this. So let's line this up.
Hi, Keela.
And right about there. I think that's about right. Oh. This has kind of locking pins in it. Yeah, that's right there. Okay. So now we're going to bring this over a bit more so you can get a close-up view of this. Now we're going to nudge this into place. Feels like I'm lining up a space shuttle to a docking station. And we got to go over just one more on the Y. And one more, and now we got to come in on the X. And we're just touching. Let's just see how much further. That's pushing. We don't want to push. We just want to touch. There we go. We are touching right there. Right where we need to be. If anything, this pin might be, I might go a little higher. Just a little bit higher on this because it's not quite in the groove. So I might adjust that just a tad higher. Not that I am not near a perfectionist, but just because. So I'm just going to do that real quick. One more notch up. Whoops. Right there. Nope. There we go. Right there. Okay, so we're bang on right there. Okay, good. Let's switch this back over. Oh, there we go. Okie doke. All the fine tuning is going to make it well worthwhile to have a multicolor Voron, right? Right. Okay, let's see what else we got to do. Whew, this is fun. Fine tip marker might help for the witness marks. I think we're good. Okay, back over to the initial startup guide right here. Okay, now I got to find out where I am. What is the command? Okay, who's got this out there? See who can beat. Let's see who can beat Thunder Keys to this. Who's got the command I put in here to tell my XY coordinates right here?
Just look on the GUI. It's right there, 1248. Toolhead on mainsail.
Oh, is it?
Right there on the left, 1248.
Oh, 1248. Damn. I know you can also type something into the console to get that too. Okay.
Yeah, there's an M command to do it, but this is
12 and 48. Okay, so I want to go into here. I want to go into the. That's just where I was. That was a variable, macro variable configure. That was into here. and it was under my cut and XY pin location. It is 12. It's XY, and it was 12 and 48. 12. I believe it was 1248. I think that's what you said to me. 48. Let's save that. Mm-hmm. Okay, and we're going to home this. Okie doke. Okay, we've got the variable pin location. Oh, you got a variable retract length, how much to cut before performing the cut. This reduces purge waste. So variable retract length, the default is 20. What was the default? I think that was there, 20. I think we'll just leave it at the default. We can figure that out another time. Variable retract length. Yeah, the default was, where is that? Variable cut direction, variable park, variable cut move. I think
it's further down.
Left. Variable restore, variable retract length. Oh, 30. That should be fine though. Well, we'll put it to the default of 20.
You just don't want to retract too far and pull back soft filament.
Yes, exactly. Well. Okay, variable quick tip forming we don't need because we're not doing tip forming because we have the cutter.
Adjust pushback too.
Adjust the pushback?
There's a pushback further down. Pushback
length. Distance in millimeters. So we're going to adjust that to the 20 as well, right? Is that the same? No.
I think it's
so that's after it cuts how much it pushes back.
Correct. And you want
so
that
we
to
want
be
that
less than what you cut or what you
less than what I cut. So 15, do you think?
I think 15 is fine. That might be the default value too, or the recommended value in the guide.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it said
it's in the table that was above that or below that had the hot.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, up here.
Yeah, 22 and 20.
22 and 20. Okay, let's make it 20. Let's do their recommendations for that hot end. 22, 15, 22. Yeah, that would work out well, wouldn't it?
So 20 for this one,
and 22
for retract.
Retract. Okay, 22. Okay. And then what else did they have in the table? That was it for those. Variable retract length, variable pin width. We've got the XY location, variable cut direction. If you want this to be set to left, other tool head cutters may actuate in different directions. Example, drag and burner. Okay, so we're going to be, I think left is configured for what we have here. And that is left. Left, right, front, back. And variable pin park distance. How far to park the tool head near the depressor pin before initiating the move. This acts as a safety as well as helps generate momentum for the cut. The default is 6.
6 is fine for the default.
Okay.
That's just how far away from the pin does it start the push.
Yeah, okay. And it gives that, as it says, momentum.
Yeah.
Variable cut move distance. How far the tool has to move from the variable pin location to fully depress the cutter. Should be reduced from the actual value by 0.5 millimeters as a buffer. Okay, the default value is 8.5. Okay, which is set right here. Variable cut move distance 8.5. Okay. And poop. We disabled the poop because we're going to be doing the tower. Okay, and adjust the following macro variables for the poop. We don't need to do that. For you guys out there that are going to poop, you got to pay attention to this one. Let's see.
Yeah, if you're not pooping, you don't need to worry about the kicking and brushing. Probably.
Yeah, wiping and brush. Yeah, and I'll look at those when I may add that brush thing to it. So we'll see. So tip forming we don't need to worry about because we've got the cutter, if I'm not mistaken. So Enacting changes, perform a firmware restart, calibration. Okay, so let's just go ahead in here and do a save and restart, save everything we've just done. There we go. And now calibration. Follow this guide to calibrate the necessary lengths of your BoxTurtle. Note that these values may need to be tweaked slightly if the loading sequence does not function. Make small adjustments, 5 to 10 millimeters, to see if the performance reliably improves. First load of filament to toolhead. Now you're ready to attempt automated filament control action. We are. I've got to unload the filament I put in there, though, from my back spool.
You're not ready. You just skipped over the whole guide I linked on how to do the calibration of the distances.
Oh my God! See what happens when you're streaming longer than you normally do and you get a bit tired. Okay, let's have a look at this. But I still do need to remove that filament eventually. Okay, AFC calibration. Sorry about that, and thank you for correcting me there. It's like you're like the teacher with a long yardstick going, slapping the hands going, pay attention. AFC calibration starts the process of a guided calibration process. Prompts will show the GUI prompts will show in the GUI that will walk through the calibration steps. So I want to run AFC calibration, obviously. The function calibrate AFC can be called into the console to calibrate distances. Distances will be calibrated to have one short move after the distance. Okay. Starts the process of the guide. Okay, so we want to start the process of AFC calibration. Okay, the following prompts will lead you through the calibration of your AFC unit. Sorry, right here. Following prompts will lead you through the calibration of your AFC unit. First, select a unit to calibrate. All values will be automatically updated in the appropriate config sections. So let's just make sure this is what we want to do. We want to follow this now. Looks like we're doing automatic calibration versus manual calibration. Okay. Turtle 1. Select to calibrate distance from extruder to hub or Bowden length. So we want to go, we want Bowden, hang on. Select to calibrate the distance from extruder to hub or Bowden length. I don't have, so I think I have to put some Bowden tube between this and my hub now, don't I? Yeah. To calibrate all lanes and Bowden length all at once. Okay, I think I'm at a point where I need to actually, if I'm not mistaken, put some Bowden tube on my hub and also put some filament rolls in here so that it can pull it through so it can calibrate the length to when it gets to the hub.
Yes.
Yes.
You also need to put some Bowden tube between your hub and your turtleneck, and then the turtleneck to the toolhead.
To the toolhead, yeah. Okay, so I think what I got to do is pause at this point right now. I know I said I might get some printing done tonight, but there was a lot of calibration and setup to do. We had to troubleshoot something in here, which we did, but we are well on the way to getting printing. And I believe if I stop skipping steps, that Thunder Keys, slaps me on the hand and says, you just totally skipped over my calibration steps, which I apologize, but we got to it. And thank you for making me aware of that. I think
you would have figured it out soon enough.
When things didn't work. Exactly. Yes. I think if we call it here and we pick up this next Sunday on our stream, I think we should be printing next Sunday.
This is about where other streamers kind of got to as well, of like you get all the calibration steps done, or you get all the macro locations and set, and then from there it's usually an hour or two of kind of just playing with the getting it to work, and then you can launch a serial print.
And then it says first load of toolhead after we calibrate, and then configuring your slicer, and then there's not much left afterwards. Okay. Let's call it for now. And listen, Thunder Keys, thank you so much for being on here. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I don't think you're, oh, it's just your picture up there. That's good. That's okay. But thank you so much to Thunder Keys for being on here. He's really helped me out a lot tonight and probably saved me hours and hours of, number one, frustration, number two, research. So he's the man who knows what's going on here for sure. But thank you very much, Thunder Keys. I appreciate your participation tonight.
You're quite welcome. Have a good night.
Okay, I will. We'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Okay, thank you to Thunder Keys. Everybody give him a big thank you. And remember, everybody go check out Jerry's channel. Jerry streams every Saturday, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Pacific. No, 12 p.m. Central. But he does a great stream. Thunder Keys pops onto Jerry's stream quite a bit. He's been on there helping me out, and he helps everybody out. He's so generous with his time, which is awesome. I wouldn't be where we are tonight without his help. So thank you very much. And Jerry, thank you as always for supporting, for being there on my streams and keeping an eye, monitoring the chat when I ignore it. So exactly. Oh, and Jerry does videos also. Absolutely. If you go to Jerry's channel, he's got some awesome videos. He's got BoxTurtle videos. He's building his own BoxTurtle. He's sort of at a standstill right now because of some issues with the printer he's putting it on, but he will figure that out. I know they will. There's a couple of them that are kind of at that stage with that. But that's awesome. But thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you for your patience. And again, a huge thank you to Thunder Keys. I mean, you were awesome, man. I appreciate that. So I will catch everybody next Sunday for sure. I might even cheat and do a little bit of this stuff during the week. If I do, I will be sure to live stream it just so that we can see it, or you can actually play back and watch it. So you won last week and haven't received any emails from you. Oh, you haven't? I'm sure I sent them to you, Frank. Okay. If I know I did, but I will double check that. Sorry about that, Frank. Yeah, you did. You were last week's, and I know I sent that out on Monday. So something obviously happened in my system. I'll have to check and see if it's still in my outbox. My apologies. We will get that caught up. So, okay. Thank you for bringing that up to me. I appreciate that, Frank. Okay. Okay. Jack Faxon, Greg Maker's Corner, probably a better video maker than I do, explain things concisely. He's working through his build, and I recommend subscribing to his channel. Yeah. Greg's Maker Corner is a great channel as well. So, as I say, I'm learning as I go with this stuff. And there's a lot of people out there that have done this that aren't learning as they go, that they just know how to do it. So, but that's the way you work. So, okay. So we'll get that taken care of, Frank. And we're going to also email Mr. Logan, the winner of the Polymaker today, and we'll get everybody taken care of. But thank you so much, everybody. We're going to see you next Sunday while we continue this, and hopefully we're going to be pushing some multicolor printout, a multicolor test printout next Sunday. Stay tuned and watch it. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.